Good morning. Happy Super Bowl Sunday hangover day. We're going to talk some basketball, talk some football. Bandy's here. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Mike Zakarian.
Good morning. Happy Monday. Hope everybody had a nice weekend, had some fun Super Bowl action. It was a good game. It was a good game. It was holding. Everybody relaxed. Like, it was anticlimactic. It was holding. It was holding. Same thing happened last year with the Rams Bengals. They called a late holding on the Rams drive when they were down 2016 with like 2 minutes left. All right. Happens every year. We're not going to care in a few months. Sorry, Philly. Who's here? We got Sneeps here. Zakarian Jones, Borland in the house. Stubbs to the house. The common man. Roddy Rod. Chewy's here. Sandra, good morning. Coach Stark Holmes. What's up, my man? We the people. Borland. I can't remember if I said you. Federico's here. Lucas here. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Like the stream. Subscribe. Tog's here. T-Man's here. Gang's all here. Like the stream. Subscribe to Team Hold. We're out here doing it. Heisen says, I'm just here to watch your dog look out the window. Yeah, man. He just got up a second ago, came flying in here. Script. The script thing is so funny to me. I know this is probably a bit Osgun, but what I love about it is they're like, yeah, dude, the NFL absolutely wanted the game to end like that. You know what I mean? They wanted it to end in the most anticlimactic way. That's the only way. Like, that's such a bad script, right? That would be like, that's like a movie without a third act, you know? Anyways, it was great. A bit of a shock at the Super Bowl. Rihanna Preggers, who would have? I know. They influence the games, just like in this podcast about NBA refs. You told us, yeah. Hey, actually, Well, let me just see something. Let me see if I got it. That podcast. Speaking of that podcast that 2000 is talking about, he's talking about whistleblowers. They've got a couple new episodes coming out, and I'm trying to get him on this week to talk about it, which is pretty fun. But I don't know. I really enjoyed the game. It was really nice not to have like a rooting interest and just to sit back and watch. Like, if you are, I mean, obviously, if you're a Philly fan, you're devastated. But Jalen Hurts balled out. He looked great. The fact that they turned the ball, they gave up a fumble for a touchdown, right? Then they also basically gave up a kick return for a touchdown and still almost won that game, which is pretty impressive. The argument that refs should stop calling penalties when the game on the line is a wild take from. Yeah, that's what I mean. If it was like called in the second, like that would have been called in the second quarter. Andre says, "Wow, horrible performance." Yeah, I mean, I think it's a little. You're asking a lot from someone to perform like that. You know, when they're pregnant, it probably impacted some of the dance routines. I thought it was awesome. Just a reminder how many bangers Rihanna has. Just banger after banger after banger. You know what I'm saying? Those are hits. Also, that's how I know I'm getting older. Oh, hey, what? How about shout out to our, shout out to our Lord Jesus Christ, huh? How about all of those advertisements? Which church was that, by the way? Did they say what denomination dropped a bag? Was it the Catholic Church? Was it the Evangelicals? Was it the Mormons? Like, who was the one what church dropped the bag on that? That was like the longest commercial that they had out there. It was crazy. It was great. Tithing's going up, people. Tithing's going up. 10% is not going to cut it anymore. We need to pay off our Super Bowl debt. Also, who was on the fence about religion, saw that advertisement and was like, you know what? I need to change my ways, right? Like no one's seeing that and then being like, now that's the sign. The sign was a Super Bowl ad and now I need to do it. It was crazy. It was crazy. Funded my group from Hobby Lobby. The He Get Us crew has been doing those ads for a while. Either way, wild stuff, wild stuff. My favorite ad, and like I guess there was some hot takes around this, but my favorite was, and this is because I just got off the phone this week with the health insurance people. But the Miles Teller one was great because I was on the phone for like 2 hours this week or this past week. And it was great. Also, the subliminal messages that those weren't even subliminal. It was like, hey, look, here's the only other ad that could have been that Jesus ad. The only other ad it could have been is if Kendall Jenner showed up with a Pepsi. Like that was the only other thing it could have been. It was either a Pepsi ad or it was a Jesus ad. But anyways, the Miles Teller one was great because that is what it feels like when you're on hold that long. And they use the same music. It was like Blue Cross Blue Shield, I think. Same exact music. So that was excellent. That was great stuff. I don't know. Any other takes about the Super Bowl we need to get out before we get into some hoopy hoops? We had a lot of hoopy hoops to go after. Only 2 games yesterday, though. But a lot of stuff happened over the weekend that we need to talk about. We got the weird trade that finally went through. We get some injury stuff. Anyways, I don't know. It was fun. I had a good time at the Super Bowl. I did a bunch of underdog parlays that just missed. We smashed most of my overs hit. Or most of my bets hit in the first half. And then Quez Watkins, I needed 5 more yards from my man Quez. That would have been really nice. It would have been nice to get some Quez. But other than that, it was a lot of fun. Let's talk some basketball. Let's get into it. And as we start to pivot to some hoops, just a couple of things, right? We got a busy week as always coming at you here for Team Hold. So today we will have live before lock at 5:30. Before that, we'll also get a value hunting episode for this week in So Rare. Morning show Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern. You know, you're already here. You get it. Wednesday we will have Shot Tank. I believe Shot Tank's back on our channel. We'll also have the 89 Cavs, which I'm excited to talk about. And then on Thursday, we'll have another value hunting. Live before lock on Friday will not be happening, or it will be happening, but in a different location probably. I'll have more details because I will be in Utah. I'm flying out Friday morning, heading to Salt Lake City for the All-Star game. So content from on Monday as well. So Friday and Monday, I'll have some guest hosts. I'll try to still do it on this channel, but maybe we'll put it somewhere else. But I'll keep you up to date when we get to the end of the week because I will be in Utah. I'm flying out Friday morning, getting back late Monday night, but I'll be back on Tuesday. So that is the schedule. That is the schedule for this week. So I hope you guys are ready to cook, like the stream, subscribe to Team Hold. Let's get into the basketball. So we're going to go back to Friday. We're going to cover all the games from this weekend. Some interesting little titty bitties that we got to pay attention to. So here we go. Pistons beat the Spurs 138-131. I tweeted out on Friday, like, this game's for the sickos. And then you know what ended up happening? It's a double overtime game. Double overtime game was a hammer. Yeah, there you go. With the people. That's right. It was a great one, though. Zach Collins put up 29 and 11. There's our So Rare call of the weekend, right? So 29 and 11, dropped a big old performance. Malachi Branham had 27 and 5. And then Devontae Graham. We had a Graham sighting from off the bench. First game with the Spurs, 31. And then Boyan on the Pistons side of things put up 32 and 5. And then Jalen Duren ended up getting full run because Wiseman ended up not being able to play this weekend because the trade was on hold because Portland's a liar, with just a wild situation. But for those that missed the news around it, the trade ended up going through yesterday. So Wiseman's officially on the Pistons now. So I imagine we'll see if he becomes a good play this week. But that was some crazy stuff. But yeah, big game from Duren. Devontae Graham, I just want you to know, like, if you just paid attention to the Friday Spurs game and then you were like, holy crap, let's go. There were a couple of things, like Jeremy Sohan didn't play, Trey Jones didn't play, Keldon Johnson didn't play, Romeo Langford didn't play. So a lot of the reasons these guys were smashes was because of how limited they were. And then they ended up playing 48 plus 58 minutes total. So just keep that in mind as we start to build for this upcoming week. But whatever, good win for the Pistons. Suns beat the Pacers 117-104. There was a lot of ass games this weekend, and this was one of them. But Ayton got a 22-11. A Koji, he got the start, 17-6. Hallie had 18-5, and Brissett 22 off the bench. Pacers like straight up free fall. Yeah, regulators said, are the Spurs tanking much? Yeah. Yes, they are. Spurs have lost I think it's 12 in a row, maybe. They are just getting smoked. Merkmeyer said that was a weird move by Portland if sure to keep playing GP2. It's not like he's Dame. Yeah, so I think it was just a difference of opinion where they were you just you're not going to get worse. You can just play through pain. The injury's not going to get bad. It's not going to get worse than it is now. So I think that is their stance. And Peyton's just nah, bro. Nah. Sixers beat the Knicks. Bing bong. Sixers won 119-108. Philly had a good New York weekend, spanking both the Knicks and the Nets. Randall dropped to 30 and 10. Let's get a drop. We haven't had a drop yet. Let's get a regular season Randall.
Regular season Randall.
GP disputed the report that he took shots. Yeah, it's kind of weird though. That whole situation's bizarre because Peyton made it clear he wanted to get out of Portland too. They did not tell the Golden State Warriors the medication he was taking. Yeah, they didn't tell him anything. They didn't tell. It was definitely weird. Anyways, for the Knicks, Randall dropped 30 and 10. Brunson had 39 and 7. Also, we're going to take a little so rare, so good victory lap here. What I was saying, Embiid's probably my MVP for the weekend because I was if he plays both games, you're getting 2 shots at sealing Embiid game. He dropped 35, 11, and 6. James Harden had 20, 12, and 8. And then my 6th man of the year, Tyrese Maxey. Everyone's no, they're just working him back in. Nah, dude, he's their 6th man. He's coming off the bench. He had 27 off the bench. Good win for the Sixers. Good weekend for the Sixers, honestly. Beantown boys, Celtics won 127-116 against the Hornets. LaMelo had a really good game. He had 24, 10, and 9. Tatum dropped 41. Scary Terry had 27. Mark Williams got the nod. He had 11 and 12 of the block. Jay Buss said, is there decent money in So Rare? There's actually been a lot. Well, hold on. Let me finish this game. Derek White, by the way, again, another So Rare victory lap. Derek White dropped 70 So Rare points on Friday after. I was I kind of like Derek White. He had 33 and 10. I think he had 4 blocks too, and he went nuts from 3. Is there decent money in So Rare? No. I think that I wouldn't say that they're in a weird spot right now. After the Premier League was announced, you're seeing all of the markets come down a little bit. I think everybody was freaking out over the weekend. There's a lot of people that were angry about some stuff, but I don't know. I moved some stuff over the weekend. There still seems to be people are still buying and making lineups, but I wouldn't get in there, Jay Buss, just to start flipping. That's what I would say. Mark Williams is coming along nicely. Yeah, tier 1 card, 6th man. I mean, dude, he is a 6th man. Yeah, but Mark Williams looked great. He did. He got in foul trouble in that second game against Denver, which we'll talk about in a second on a back-to-back, but I'm excited to see where Mark Williams is going to go from here. I'm just glad Plum Dog's gone. You know what I mean? All right, let's keep it moving. Keep it moving. Jazz Raptors. Jazz, man, what the hell is going on in Toronto? I know they won their second game, but good Lord. Jazz beat the Raptors 122-116. There was no Jordan Clarkson, but the sex god. Colin Sexton dropped 22 and 6. Markkanen did 23 and 9. Walker Kessler liked what Markkanen did, so he also dropped 23 and 9. And then on the Raptors side of things, Siakam had another good game, 35 and 6. Man, Toronto is weird, dude. Toronto has weird. I don't know what's going on. I don't even know what their plan is. I don't know. The East is going to have some real shakeups now with what happened with Brooklyn. Anyways, let's just keep going. We'll get through the games, then we'll talk about all the big picture stuff. Heat beat the Rockets 97-95. Shout out Houston, just refusing to play defense. This game, Jalen Green tied this game up with 0.7 left, I believe. It was 95-95. Miami calls timeout. Spoelstra, the wizard that he is, with the combination of Houston refusing to play defense. Jimmy Butler got an inbound alley-oop. That was the only way they could win this game. Houston was go for it, get that W. So Heat win 97-95. Jabari Smith had a pretty solid game. He had 22 and 8. Tyler Hero, 31 and 9. Let's get a Hero drop. There we go. So Hero balled out. Jimmy Butler looked hurt, but then ended up playing the next day. So I guess he's fine. And Bam had 20 and 9 as well. 20 and 9. Heat get the dubs. We move on. Grizz beat Minnesota. Jabari Smith was mad. Eagles fans were in the streets, said he needed to sleep to face and beat, and they cooked him in the comments. It's beautiful. Will Silas be fired soon? Too bad if so. Yeah, Silas hasn't gotten a fair shake here, but clearly he's not getting to his guys, you know? So I imagine he's gone. He's not doing himself any favors. Silas is not doing himself any favors. All right, Minnesota won 128-107. No, I'm sorry. Grizzlies won 128-107. Ja dropped the 32, 9 and 9. Desmond Bane had 27 and 5. Jalen Noel had 21 off the bench. Ant-Man had 17 and 5. Pretty bad game for Minnesota. They just didn't have it. And that's like, it feels like the first time the Grizzlies have beaten a Western Conference team in like 5 months. So congrats to them. Cavs beat the Pellies 118-107. Mobes had a nice game, 28-13. Donovan Mitchell at 30 and 5. Jared Allen 20 and 11. Brandon Ingram 25 and 8. But the news coming out of New Orleans, which again, Western Conference is just like so bizarre now. Zion's going to miss even more time. So like there was a report earlier this week, Zion was like getting loose before the game, was getting a workout in, looked like he was going to be back soon. And then they just announced he's going to be back. He's going to be out even longer. And I don't even think they have a timetable. So that, I mean, you know, that's just such a bummer. It is such a bummer because he's so dominant and so fun to watch when he's out there. He's one of like the most exciting offensive players, but he can't stay on the court. And the Pels are now, I mean, to also get that news after the trade deadline's pretty tough because I feel like he could have made some moves. I don't know what they do. I mean, maybe they just try to get into the playing game, hope they have Zion back for that. We'll look at the standings after this, but it's weird. We the people said, where are you leaning for most improved player? I think I don't know. It's hard not to give it to Lauri Markkanen, who I think consistently puts up like 29 and 10. Lauri Markkanen's my new guy. Is Zion the new AD? No, I mean, AD's at least done stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I know AD gets hurt, but yeah, Georgia, I'm with you, man. I love watching Zion. I think Zion is so fun. He's such a unique player in this day and age where everyone just chucks threes. Like he can get any bucket he wants inside the paint. It just bums me out. It really does. So I'm rooting for him. He's also just fun, man. It's just too bad. It's too bad. Too bad for the Pels too. They're going to be in a tough spot here. All right, Thunder Blazers. This was actually no one watched this game. No one watched this game, but it was awesome. 138, 129. Thunder take it. SGA dropped 44 and 7. Josh Giddey had 19 and 7. Jalen Williams had an incredible dunk this game where it was like 2 steals in a row. And then just like an absolute dunk through traffic. People saying SGA most improved. I don't know. I think giving it to SGA. I could see giving it to SGA, but like we already knew SGA. Well, I guess we didn't know he was going to do this, but I hope it goes to Markkanen. Dame had 38 and 9. Jeremy Grant had 23 and 4 in concussion protocols now. Thunder, another W, man. We'll look at the standings in a little bit, but I really do think there's a shot the Thunder get in there. The one thing that the Thunder announced over the weekend is like, because they were like, hey, listen, even if we make the playoffs, Chet Holmgren is not coming back this season. So, because there's some like rumors like, hey, maybe, like they didn't think they were going to be in the playoffs. Now they are. Maybe Chet gets back, but no, there's going to be no Chet this season. So everybody can relax about that. Again, man, I just keep thinking about how good they're going to be. Like if you just replace the Kenrich Williams minutes with the number 2 overall pick, Chet Holmgren, who is, you know, stretches the court a little bit better, which makes it easier for SGA to dice him up. Like, man, that team is going to be so fun, right? Because like, what's your starting 5 there? It's SGA, Giddey, Dort, Jalen Williams, and Chet Holmgren. Maybe does that sound right? And then the J-Dub on or the other Jalen Williams on the bench is like pretty solid too. Yeah, they need another big. Yeah, I agree. But I'm excited, man, because then you could play Chet at the 5 or the 4. Yeah, I'm excited for them. I think it's going to be a pretty good time. All right, Mavs Kings. This one, so the Mavs and Kings played back-to-backs. It was weird because the Mavericks won the first one and lost the second one. They didn't have Luka for the first one, but they did for the second one. The first game, Kyrie had 25 and 10. Fox dropped 33 and 6, and then Bone 18, 11 and 7. Also, I meant to say this about Anthony Edwards, but Fox and Anthony Edwards added to the All-Star games added to the All-Star game rosters with the knowing that when there's no Zion, no Steph, I forget who the other one was that's out. There's a third one that was added too that I'm blanking on, that I should know, but whatever. All right, let's go. OKC could win the lotto too. Yeah, I don't think they will though. I think they're going to get into the playoffs. I think they're going to be a top 8 team. That take might age poorly, but I like it. Anyways, good win for the Mavs. The second though, or the last game of Friday night. We're still on Friday. Bucks Clips. Bucks won 119-106. Giannis dropped a 35, 8, and 6. Man, he's just been consistently beating the crap out of people. Brolo had 22 and 15. Paul George 19, 11, and 6. Kawhi didn't play this game, but Brandon Boston Jr. dropped 20, which was great. Pascal Siakam, there we go. Thank you. Siakam was good. People are saying Giddey got a lot better too. Nick Claxton, yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's SGA or Lauri Markkanen. I'm gonna lean Lauri Markkanen. That would be my vote. Just think SGA is an all-star. Well, I guess they're both all-stars, so whatever. All right, let's keep going. Saturday. Sixers Nets. I already talked about this one that they beat both New York teams. Sixers won 101-98. Hey, listen, I tried to tell you guys. All right, I tried to tell you guys. I looked like a fool immediately when we were talking about Cam Thomas, and I said, just beware. The Nets went out of their way to not play Cam Thomas at the beginning of the season. This is not a guaranteed lock that Cam Thomas is going to play like 40 minutes a game. And then sure enough, against the Sixers, he only played 18 minutes. Also, George, let's go, baby. Let's go. Team hold, most improved. So just, I don't know. Again, from so rare perspective, or from a fantasy perspective, just relax on the Cam Thomas. Like, I don't think he's going to be a 50-point scorer or like consistent, right? They got all their guys back. You got all of a sudden, yeah, Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith that's 2 dudes. Anyways, they shut out the Nets though, like losing a couple of close games. Like they're right in there. Embiid at 37 and 13, Harden at 29, 6 and 6, and then Mikal Bridges in his first game dropped to 23 and 6. Solid performance from him. Nuggets Hornets, not too much to talk about with this one. Nuggets won 119-105. And Jokic dropped 30, 16, and 10. Another easy triple-double. PJ had 22. That's the only person to talk about for the Hornets. So let's drop some PJ. Where's our PJ drop? PJ.
PJ Washington. PJ Washington. PJ Washington.
John said he's joining late, but have the 2 all-world Super Bowl ads been discussed? I missed them. I don't know if that was during a pee break or while I was tweeting out bangers. Regulator said the Hornets held Joker to 16 rebounds. He had 27 last time. That's great. Well, a third MVP for Joker. Think it may be the last season I watched. You know what, though? Here, we the people, you ready for the take? I think Giannis ends up finding his way into this conversation. Like the Bucks have won, I think, 11 straight, and Giannis has been going nuts. So I kind of think the narrative of the Greek Freak. Speaking of the Greek Freak, greetings from Greece. Who do you think is going to win the championship? Man, I got to see the Suns team play. I feel like the Suns are going to be really tough out of the West, but I think that whoever comes out of the East is shipping it. So whether it's Boston or Milwaukee, I'd give Milwaukee the slight edge right now. Celtics, we're going to talk about the Celtics second game in a second here, but it make me a little bit nervous, even though they're so deep. But anyways, all right. Heat Magic. Heat won their second game of the back-to-back, 107-103. Jimmy Buckets, who again I thought was going to sit, dropped 22, 7, and 6. Gabe dropped 20, and Tyler Hero with 23. Paolo Banchero had 16 and 13. Listen, Orlando might have lost, but they won social media over the weekend. Last night, actually, they tweeted out congrats to Patrick with a picture of Paolo Banchero from the F1 race talking to the guy. I'm forgetting from Sky Sports. I'm forgetting the guy's name, who all went like during an F1 race before the draft. Like saw Paolo and was like, we're live here with Patrick Mahomes. It was a chef's kiss tweet from the Magic team. I like that. Hope the Bucks win it too. There you go. Regulator says Joker, Giannis, and Tatum are all worthy. Embiid too, man. Embiid has been nuts. The Heat are on. Stan says the Heat are on the pace to play the most games ever in a season. Wow. Yeah. It's great. Martin Brundle. There we go. Thank you, George. Anyway, so yeah, Heat beat the Magic. Gross game. Wizards beat the Pacers 127-113. Zanger had 17 and 10. We finally got a Bradley Beal game. Bradley Beal dropped 32 and 6. Hallie 21 and 7. Turner 20. Pacers continue to lose. Nothing too much to talk about here. Knicks, no. The next game is Hawks Spurs. Hawks won 126. I'm going to go through some of these because these games sucked. Hawks won 126-106. Keldon Johnson came back this second game, so you saw everyone else's stats go down. However, he dropped 25. DeAndre Hunter had 24 and 6. And then Ice Trey had 24 points and 17 assists. Good win for Atlanta. Bing Bong Boys, Knicks won their second game of the back-to-back. We had Knicks 126, Jazz 120. Jordan Clarkson was back. He dropped 24 and 6. Lauri Markkanen had 29 and 5. And then our man THT. THT at 23 and 7. Randall at 31 and 6. Brunson 38 and 5. RJ with 20. All right, Ewan says, what are we thinking about the Lakers' new boys? Feels like they got a good squad. Now time. I'll talk about that in a second. I will talk about that in a second once we do big picture stuff, because the Lakers are actually, I'm going to go the other way, are in trouble. Cavs beat the Bulls in one of the most disgusting 90s style games in a while. 97-89. Levine had 23 and 5. Vucci made 14 and 14. Garland had 19 and 7. Jared Allen 23 and 10. Donovan 29, 10 and 6. Good win for the Cavs. The aforementioned Lakers beat the Warriors on prime time with a 109-103 win. Dennis Schroeder at 26 led the scoring for the Lakers. AD with a weird game, 13 and 16. He kind of got into it with Draymond, which is kind of funny. Jordan Poole dropped 29, Draymond 12, 10 and 7. Then we talked about the Kings Mavs in the second game. Luka came back. Kings won 133-128. Light the beam. Luka had 27, 9 and 5. Kyrie had 28, 7 and 7. Josh Green, baby. Josh Green. The Dorian Finney-Smith trade, you understand every time you see another Josh Green game. I think they like what he's got. He had 23. Sabone had a little Jokic light with a 22, 14, and 10 line. And then Fox again with 36 points and 5 assists. Let's keep going. Bulls is another team that's hard to watch. They really are, man. The Bulls are really hard to watch. All right, 2 games left. Sunday. Celtics won 119-109. Dude, the Celtics were without this. These are the Celtics wins this week, okay? So they beat the Sixers. They beat the Sixers on, what was that, Thursday night, I think? And they did it without, or maybe it was Wednesday night. They did it without Jaylen Brown, Al Horford, and they were missing somebody else. Was the Time Lord out that game too, I think? And then Friday, they beat the Hornets. Who cares? I'm not going to. But then last night, also without Jaylen Brown. Oh, Marcus Smart. They've been missing Marcus Smart. Missed Malcolm Brogdon, too. The Celtics are just incredibly deep right now. It's wild. Sammy Hausa, kid, dropped 20. Derek White had 23 and 10. Tatum only had 16 points in this W. Ja had 25, 7 and 6. Bane, 18 and 7. Another good win for the Celtics. And then the game that literally no one watched. Raptors beat the Pistons 119-118. Fred VanVleet had 35 and 8, Siakam 28 and 6. Bonds had 20, Burks 21, and then Boyan of the Bogdanoviches dropped 33 and 5. All right, let's go to the standings so we can do some big picture stuff. We're going to look at the East first. I'll share screen here in a second. Muscala's looked great too. Muscala has looked great. Shiggins, 20 points only. That's what Hauser does, though. He's not going to play make. He's just going to knock down Trace. Mike Muscala, too, I think has taken more shots than passes so far this season, which is pretty funny. Or at least for the Celtics, anyways. He catches and shoots, man. Doesn't do anything else. I didn't understand the Muscala edition. I think it's just a stretch 5. Allows them to do a little. I think in the playoffs, he's going to, say the Celtics play the Sixers, right? And they're like, listen, we need 13 minutes without, we have no Time Lord, maybe no Al. Make Embiid run around and chase Muscala. You know what I mean? Keep him out there. Let him run around. Make him run around. I could see that. All right, let's go back to the standing. Sorry. So Celtics, man, it's funny. They've won 4 in a row, 6 and 4 in their last 10. they're not really gaining any ground because the Bucks have won 11 in a row, so they only have a game and a half over Milwaukee right now. Sorry, my computer's tweaking. Only a game and a half, and then the Sixers are 7-3 in their last 10, and they can't gain any ground because everybody keeps winning above them. But there you go. They right now are the 3 seed. The Cavs a game behind them. Again, Cavs 8. Look at these top 4: 6-4, 10-0, 7-3, 8-2, just rolling. But the Cavs in the 4 seed. Cavs going to straight up host a playoff series. It's wild. Nets obviously are going to drop rapidly. The Heat, I imagine, are going to catch them as well as the Knicks, but whatever. They're still going to be competitive. They have lost 1, 4-6 in their last 10, 2.5 behind the Cavs. Heat now 7-3 in their last 10, winners of 3 in a row. They're winning ugly games, but whatever. They're winning game and a half behind Brooklyn. Knicks just a game and a half behind the Heat, and then you get the Hawks a game and a half behind them. The Wizards, a game, 2 games behind them. Raptors now in the 10 seed. But man, the Pacers, dude. Pacers have really fallen off here. Magic probably catch the Pacers at this rate, the way they're playing. And then here you go. Pistons and Hornets, both 15 and 43. I imagine this is your 10 here. I think this is your 10. I think the Bulls are kind of weird. Bulls are weird right now. Which part is not that wild to the house? Which part is that the Cavs are going to host I mean, that I wouldn't have. I don't think they were going to until the Nets made those trades. Magic beats good teams, but still lose a record. Is so weird. Well, yeah, but so they started out what, like 6-18 or something like that, because they've basically been playing 500 ball since then. All right, the West is where it gets spicy. So Nuggets still like a 4.5 game lead there over the Grizzlies. Like the Nuggets are your 1 seed. I know we're at the All-Star break, so everyone's like, oh, the halfway point, but that's not the case, right? There's only like 30. No, I'm sorry, like 25, 26 games left for these two teams. I mean, for these games for the second half of the season. So there you go. I think the Cavs can flip the Sixers. Dude, the Sixers have been playing really well lately, though, man. Anyways, Kings like slowing down a little bit, but they're not dropping too much because the Grizzlies keep losing. But the Kings are 2 games behind the Grizzlies. The Mavs and Suns right now tied for the 4 seed. Suns are going to catch the Kings unless injury stuff happens, right? The Suns are going to catch the Kings. I think they catch the Mavs too. They might even catch the Grizz. I mean, four games is a lot to make up, and I don't think the Grizzlies are that bad. But the Suns I think the Suns are a lock for the 3 seed, maybe the 2 seed. Then you get the Clippers right here. All right, so the Pels right now are the 7 seed at 29 and 28. The Timberwolves are 30 and 29. Warriors are 500, and then the Thunder right now are 27 and 28. So here's the thing: the Lakers are 2.5 games back. Now I don't know if you guys saw the report, but the Lakers. LeBron is like actually hurt. So I think when we saw, so he breaks the record on Tuesday against the Thunder. When he sits Thursday, I think we all just thought like, listen, Tuesday was a big night. He like broke a record. I'm sure he partied after, right? Like that was just like a big emotional thing. Like maybe they sit Thursday. And then he sits Thursday, which was a big game against the Bucks on national TV. And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, listen, they only have like 26 games left. They can't really just like punt games right now. And then he sits again on Saturday against the Warriors, and it comes out that he's been battling, is it plantar fasciitis? Is that what it was? But he's been battling a foot injury. Listen, I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs. They get a lot of games, like even the play-in. They have a lot of teams they have to leapfrog at this point, right? So the Blazers, they are a game and a half behind the Blazers and the Jazz. They are 2 full games behind the Thunder to make the play-in game. So I think the Pelicans fall out of this top 10. I think they're in a weird spot, right? They are in a weird spot. He wasn't hurt enough to play for the record. I think he just played through it to get it over. I don't know. I'm not hating on LeBron for that. He gutted through it. So, but here's the thing, dude. So 25 games left, I think, right? What have they played? They played 57. What's 10, 20, 25 games left. 25 games left. And they need to make up 2 just to get into the play-in. The Thunder are going to keep winning games. Like the Thunder are good. The Warriors are going to be without Steph for probably at least another 5 to 7 games. Timberwolves are fine. I think Timberwolves are fine. But the Pels are going to drop. Pels are dropping out of this. So one of these teams of Jazz, Blazers, and Lakers gets in there. I don't know if I think the Jazz are still like pretty talented, but they are going to lose more games. I don't know. Maybe the Lakers can catch one of these 2, but there's a real point that there's a real chance that LeBron doesn't get in there. And the Lakers don't get in there. So I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting to see what's going to happen here. I already saw pieces come out today. I think it was today that this trade, the Lakers trade, wasn't just for this season. It's also for next season. Like they're already justifying their midseason deals. Any word on the malpractice suit that JJ Redick called for? Well, Pacers sure got the better deal. What is the? Oh, this is you talking about the Kings. Is that what that was? Sorry, I didn't know if you were talking about something relevant. Yeah, no word on the malpractice suit from something JJ Redick said last year. I still think the Pacers got the better deal, but Sabonis has been crushing. It's been good. All right. So do you think Top Shot is going to get hyped again? Kind of missed that hype we had back then. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think they want. I don't know. I don't even know if they want hype right now. I don't know if they're ready for hype. There was supposed to be a bunch of hype around the Super Bowl and the All-Star game. I had heard rumors from the back end that they were going to have some big activations that were coming, but it's not. Clearly, they're not ready yet. Clearly, they're not ready yet. So I don't know. I don't know when Top Shot's going to have hype again. I mean, let's hope. Sorry, no, Chewy. I was just reading in real time. I wasn't trying to dunk on you. I just was like I was like, wait, what are you talking about? Because when you said malpractice, I thought you were talking about the Warriors because of the Gary Payton thing. And then I was like, wait, when did JJ Redick say? It just took me a second. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I saw they sent Triticus to a card convention in Arkansas. There you go. We'll see. Maybe they do some stuff for the All-Star game weekend. I do think like some of the challenges they rolled out lately have been good, but I don't think it's been something to like get some hype around it. So I don't know. I don't know what we'll see from Top Shot. I don't know. I am excited. I don't know. Maybe I'll run into some Top Shot people at the All-Star game this weekend. I'm excited. I know I'm going to see some So Rare people while I'm there. So I really am excited for the All-Star. I'm hyped for the All-Star game. I was like really stressed out as I was booking flights because it's like crazy expensive. And I was like, this is stupid. Why am I going? But now I get to hang out with my boy Dustin. We're going to the No Dunk show on Friday. I'm excited to go see No Dunks live. We got the Rising Stars game. We got the dunk contest, the 3-point contest, the celebrity game. We got all this stuff. And then the All-Star game on Sunday. I'm very, very excited. Is getting sent to a convention in Arkansas a good thing or a punishment for something? Yeah. I guess it depends who you are and where you live. Yeah, I guess that depends. It's the eye of the beholder. Do we know when the draft is going to take place? I don't know if they have a date set for that yet, but it's usually like, it's right when the playoffs start usually, right? All-Star weekend needs to be revamped. I'm not even excited for it. I'm excited to be there. I'll tell you that. Excited to be there. Anyways, though, I'm excited to see how this West is going to shake out, to go back to the standings here. I really am looking forward to it. I love, I think it's just going to be so feisty. And I like every podcast too has already said the Nuggets aren't real, which I think is kind of funny. Everybody's just like, Nuggets aren't real. Still no official announcement for the Saturday. So they announced the dunk contest. I haven't heard anything about the 3-point contest yet. So rare question: Vooch with 3 games or Anthony Edwards with 2? I mean, I'm going to say Anthony Edwards. I don't know. I know Vooch has put up a couple of big games, but I don't trust anybody in Chicago. There we go. June 22nd for the draft. So rare question: is Luka no longer a top 3 MVP option? No, he is. Luka still is. I know. I know his caps come way down, but here's the thing: like, you can use somebody else. Like, Luka can be your second piece in now. Luka can be your second piece in So Rare, right? What's his cap? His cap's like 40 something now. So yeah. With the list of players dropping out, what dunk have you been practicing if they need you? Dude, that's a great question, George. I'm going to put the D Brown. You guys remember the D Brown? That's what I'd hit him with. That's what I would hit him with. I tell you what, I'm not going to play a lick of basketball in Salt Lake City. I'm not bringing sneakers on purpose. I'm not bringing sneakers. I'm not trying to be ready for that. Dude, this was the dumbest shit. Thank you for bringing this up, 2000. This was the dumbest shit. I hate FanDuel. FanDuel is the worst. I will never have a FanDuel sponsorship here, mainly because they won't want to. But it's just what are they doing? Their DFS platform sucks. Like that was just so stupid. It was so stupid. And it was like, everybody's like, didn't that go in? Like, it was just the dumbest thing. Also, Adam Vinatieri looks like Papa John. And I don't want to see Papa John anymore either. So I don't want to see Adam Vinatieri. All right, the 3-point contest is Halliburton, Buddy Hield. Wow, teammates. Dame Lillard, Anthony Simons. So it's just two. We just got two. No, but there's like 8 dudes usually, right? Don't we get? We'll have more dudes. Zakarian Jones says, "Wow, I work at FanDuel." You know what, Zakarian Jones? If you've been in the chat this long and you work at FanDuel and you've never worked out, then I don't care. That's on you, dude. That's on you. You also don't. I don't think you're a real person. Yeah, no more basketball. I'm still sore from Vegas. Yeah, me too. Whatever happened to the Top Shot fan? Was there a partnership? I don't even remember that. I don't remember that at all. There was a super. You talking about super draft? Shaden Shark pulled out of the dunk contest. I don't know if he's hurt or whatever, but Jericho Sims is in it. Kenyon Martin Jr., G League superstar Mac McClung. Kill me, dude. G Leaguers in the dunk contest. I don't know. Oh, I'll pull up So Rare briefly here. If you haven't signed up for So Rare, you can do that in the chat. So they mixed up the contest a little bit. We've got a rare veteran and a limited underdog. Sorry, my nose is so itchy this morning. And a limited underdog this weekend. I'll show you. This is what I put together for my limited contender. Just messing around. Mark Williams, Sabonis, Zach Collins, Wiseman, and Ben Simmons. That's what I was looking at for this week in the game weeks. But excited for the All-Star Game contest that they're doing too. Wasn't there an activation promo? I don't remember that. Was there? They did do an activation last year? I totally forgot about that. Yeah, common no cap should be fun. Let's fill out the common no cap right now. Oops, that's training. I forgot the common no cap was a thing this week. Common no cap. Here we go. Giannis, Jokic, Dame, Embiid, SGA. That's my squad right there. Bang. Lock it in. Those are my boys. FG featured Top Shot once and then said F this. Yeah. Well, F FanDuel, dude. FanDuel's so bad. Once again, you know what? FanDuel does have some Web3 vibes to it by hyping something up with no delivery. They talked about that Gronk thing for like fucking 3 weeks, and it was just like, it was so stupid. Make him actually kick something. That was so dumb. Same common no cap as me. Yeah, well, dude, you better get that XP in there then. Get that XP boost. So, hey, just a reminder today, I'll do live before locks probably. It's either going to be at 11 or 1 o'clock. I'm going to do it live. I have a meeting at noon, so it depends. Depends if we have projection updates and how the dog does on the walk. Yes, so that'll be at either 11 or 1, live before lock at 5:30 with our boys TST and Ghost. On Wednesday, Billy Jackson's coming on. We're going to do that So Rare strategy show again that we had our man So Rare NBA squad on this week or this past week. It was a pretty fun conversation. So we're going to have Billy Jackson talk to us about his optimizer and what his experience has been like. So that'll be a pretty good time. But yeah, so just stay tuned for that. Good stuff. Let's see. Do we get any new subs today? See how the shorts popping off. We're up to 8,072. 8,072. Still cooking, baby. Still out here cooking. Which is good to see. Do you think Mikal Bridges as the Nets become a good So Rare play? Think he'll be lights out for them? Dude, so here's the thing, guys, with all of the Nets, I think what we're going to run into is I think Mikal Bridges is fine. Yeah, I think he'll be good. But don't forget, he did put up like 29 and 6s occasionally for the Suns. I don't think he's a consistent scorer like that. And I think like some games it's going to be Spencer Dinwiddie. Some days it's going to be Mikal Bridges. Some day it's going to be Cam Thomas off the bench or like Seth Curry, Joe Harris. But what I will say though is that what's nice about guys like this is that I think it keeps their cap like relatively stable because you're going to get some Mikal Bridges games where it's like 15 points and 3 boards. So it keeps his cap at like a reasonable spot without it like spiking, which is kind of nice. But you are going to get some duds. If Mikal Bridges has like 3 games in a game week or it's a weekend slate and he has 2 games, I really like him. If he's only got 1 game, it always makes me nervous. De'Aaron Fox is him. Yeah, Fox had a good weekend, man. I like De'Aaron Fox. I'm happy he got an all-star game. I want to see De'Aaron Fox just race people. I think De'Aaron Fox is like one of the fastest dudes in basketball. I want to see him, whether it's with the ball or without the ball. I want them to run around. That's what I'm looking for. So You want to make All-Star Weekend fun again? Just have them sprint. We the People says, I still think Philly fumbled at the deadline. Still no bench. Bridges would have fit perfectly there. Yeah, I wonder if the price was too expensive for Bridges because I heard they were asking for like a bunch of first-round picks. But I think the biggest mistake for Philly was not getting a backup big. Like, I wonder if that's going to be a buyout situation. I thought Plumlee had a shot of going there. I forgot. I can't remember who the other bigs were. Portal. Like, I thought they were going to go get a backup big because they just have, when Embiid's off the court, you can't have Montrezl Harrell is ass, guys. Like, I know he puts up fantasy numbers occasionally when Embiid is out, or he used to do it with the Clippers, but he's unplayable in the playoffs. Like, when rotations get tighter, he just gets targeted and they can't do anything. They just get smoked. You put them in a pick and roll, it's over. And so I don't know what their solution is when Embiid, like, maybe they decide to go small. Like the Jaden McDaniels pickup is interesting, but he's not great. I don't think he helps too much. Anyways, I don't know. Underreported story from the deadline is that John Collins nearly got dealt instead of the KD deal. Tough bid for Collins after Atlanta's been trying. Yeah. They thought, I was listening to, was it Chris Haynes and Mark Stein, I think, and they were saying that Collins, that they were after Collins and somebody. The Suns were looking at Collins and somebody else, another like mid-range decent guy. Fox and Ja Morant. Let's have them race, dude. That would be so fun. Josh Green or Jalen Green. Jalen is quick as F. Yeah. Jalen, both of them have them run. Let's have the fastest Green. Is it good to hold cards and treat as long-term investment? Dude, yeah, listen, this is what I'll tell you, Uspang. Thank you for being here first and foremost, but this is what I will tell you. Where is it? This is what you're going to get from me in this moment. Where is it? In this moment. Where? Oh, here we go. None of this is financial advice. Do what you love what you do. Something like that, right? I don't know, dude. I have no idea if it's a good idea to hold them and treat it as long-term investment. I'm treating them as playing cards. I'm treating them as like I'm using these cards to win other stuff, and that is what pays it off, you know? So that's how I'm not holding it because I'm like, this is going to be, some people are, but I'm not holding it being like, this is going to be one of the most expensive collectibles of all time. I'm not treating it like that. So that's kind of how I would do it. Last year, All-Star race, we had Shaq versus Raf. Yeah, I want to know who is actually the fastest. You know what I'm saying? Also, I want to do another drop because I forgot about this one and I saw it in the chat here. Who's ready to yell?
Well, the top.
That's a good one. That is a good one. For those that don't know, too, I think Weisberg in the chat probably knows. Jeb would know. But if you like the behind the scenes over here, there are so many videos. So that's why sometimes it's hard for me to find some stuff. Jokic versus Shaq. Dude, Jokic would smoke him. Jokic is like more athletic than people give him credit for. He like runs the floor, baby. Jokic runs the floor. All right, I'll hang for a few more minutes. You guys have anything else you want to get into before we wrap up today? A little Monday morning action. Remember to like the video, subscribe, get in the I'll drop a link to the Discord. If you guys aren't in the Discord yet, come party. Where the party at? We hang there. Sign up for the VIP too if you haven't done that. We need more VIPs in there. Can confirm Zakarian StreamYard is a shit show of videos. I don't know how you can find any video over there. Yeah, now it's like it's muscle memory at this point. Yeah, we can look ahead at tonight's slate. What kind of games we got? Thank you, we the people. I know we got 11 games tonight. We do have 11 on the docket. Changes. All right, here we go. What do we got? Today is Monday, February 13th here. Hawks and Hornets. Clint Capella season. Spurs Cavs. We got the Spurs Cavs. That's another game I won't tune into. Jazz Pacers. God, look at all these throw-up games. Rockets Heat. All right, Rockets Sixers, excuse me. Then we got Nuggets and Heat on NBA TV. I hate the NBA TV national televised games. Nets Knicks. All right, the Battle of New York, the Subway Series. Magic versus the Bulls. Pels versus Thunders. This is like actually a sneaky big game for playoff seeding. This would be a coup if the Thunder could get this win over the Pels. Timberwolves and Mavericks should be entertaining. Wizards and Warriors, I don't care about. Lakers, Blazers. Wow, ass games. Make sure you have receiving gifts turned on in YouTube. I've been dropping some. Oh, dude. So That's really nice of you, Tesla. That's really nice. It should be you should be able to see that in there. But I think you're talking to the general people, right? I want the Morris twins versus the Jokic Bros. That would be pretty fun too. Derek Brooks versus the Jokic Bros. Yeah. All right. So tonight's slate is kind of ass. If you ever wanted to like take the night off from basketball and watch some other stuff, there you go. Let's see what we get on Tuesday. Tuesday, the TNT games. We got Magic and All right, Celtics Bucks. There we go. Tuesday, Celtics Bucks. It sucks we're gonna have no Jaylen Brown, but whatever. The Bucks are also dinged up with no Bobby and no Ding Middleton. Kings and Suns. That'll be a fun one. Warriors and Clippers and Wizards and Blazers. Wow, tough couple of days in games. Here we go. Tough couple of games. All right, Bandy has gotten up from the ottoman. He has let me know he wants to go for a walk soon. There we go. Look at him. He's just like, come on, bitch. Finish up, bro. Yeah. He's so funny. He's got like it's almost like he has it well timed now where he's like, I can tell he's ending the show soon. Time to take me out to poop. Good dog. It's a good boy, though. One-on-one King of the Hill with all the greens. That would be fun. All of the greens. How about that? Did you expect that kind of rendition right there? All right, gang, we're going to call it there. 50 minutes of fury this morning. I appreciate everyone tuning in. I hope your bets went better than mine for Super Bowl Sunday. Don't forget, Jesus spent millions and millions of dollars on those advertisements last night because he's buying you. It's always going to be the funniest thing to me. The most like anti thing. Anyways, whatever. My upbringing is shining. All right. I hope you guys have a great day. Stay tuned for Live Before Lock at 5:30. Value Hunting will be back at some point. Otherwise, see you tomorrow morning right here. Same bad channel. We out.